Hey everyone, welcome back. It's December 14th, I think, and today I went down to my cousin's shop and ran all of the transmission parts through his steam pressure washing bay, and then we went over to his rotisserie cabinet and put all the parts in there that would fit in there. And then some of the smaller parts I cleaned up in his parts washer. But we have got this box here, which has got some of the PTO parts, some of the clutch parts, a whole stack of shims. We've got the PTO sleeve for the shaft. Believe it or not, I forgot the actual PTO shaft down at his shop. When I was unloading everything back here when we got home, I noticed I forgot the PTO shaft. So he's going to grab that next time he's down there, which might be tomorrow, but we're not really sure. But anyways, we cleaned up the axle housings inside and out, the clutch housing, the rear end, or the rear case, I should say. All of the shafts and gears, pinion gears, bottom shaft. This is the belt pulley drive shaft. This box is full of more gears and shafts. This is your top shaft and your input shaft, the differential, and then we got a couple different gear sets for the top shaft, or I'm sorry, that's the bottom shaft, that we're going to go through and use to make one good set. The bull gears, brake drums, pinion carriers, all that stuff. Everything except for the axles went down to the shop. And the only reason I didn't take the axles is because that's easy enough to clean here at home. I can just grab a bucket with some diesel fuel with a brush and scrub them up real quick, then hit them with a wire wheel and clean them on the outer portions of the axles. But it's all clean and ready to go back together. Some things we did notice that when we were cleaning everything in the wash bays is some of the bearings may need to be replaced. Really wasn't planning on that, but there's a number of them that have just, a little too much play, more than what I'm comfortable with. So we're gonna have to see, hunt through all these boxes and figure out which ones are salvageable and still good and which ones are gonna have to be replaced. And unfortunately, it looks like when they did the axle bearings, I think they only did one side. So the other side may need to be replaced, and I know that those axle bearings, the inner bearings for sure, are expensive. So I want to say they're well over $100 for one of the interior axle bearings. But we won't know until we kind of get everything laid out here on the floor and really start going through it all. So, but at least everything now is cleaned up and ready to go. The only thing I've got left to clean up is the actual belt pulley housing and the axles and the hydraulic pump. So other than that, it's all pretty much ready to go. Let me think. The front wheels and hubs, they could probably go and get cleaned up and had the bearings checked. But that's really it. I mean, we're just kind of sitting on a pile of parts right now. So all this stuff, there's pretty much the engine back of an H right here. So that's all we got for now. But oh, one other thing, we did find the clutch cross shaft. So this is what carries the clutch fork and throw bearing. This here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a significant amount of wear right in this area where it rides in the actual clutch housing. So this shaft goes across in the housing, and there are no bushings or anything. It's just this embossment here, and there's another one on the other side, and it literally just rides right in the casting. And it's not uncommon to see these shafts pretty well worn. I'm gonna try and find one that's not as horrible as this one, but otherwise my cousin, he might talk to one of his machinists down at his shop to see if we can't weld and build up that shaft and turn it back down to stock, and then install bushings in the casing itself, the clutch housing itself. So who knows, this project might be turning into something a lot bigger. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update and a thank you. I've still got a few parts arriving, just seals and some felts and stuff like that. We did get a new bearing for the PTO shaft that arrived today. But that's all I've really got. I'm just trying to look over on the workbench here to see, you know, I got everything itemized in bags, you know, front pedestal bolts, counter shaft seal carriers. This is for the belt pulley, but yeah, that's where we're sitting. So everything is pretty well cleaned up, but I don't know, I just wanted to give you guys a quick video update and let you know where we're sitting. I didn't bring the video down for cleaning because it's pretty monotonous, you know, put an item in the cabinet, take it out, put an item in, take it out. So, plus I didn't want to get any of the parts washer fluid splatter on my camera lens because I just wasn't sure how the chemical would react with the plastic or the glass on the lens if it was going to cause any damage to it. So I figured it best I just leave the camera at home and show you guys the finished product after everything's clean. So there it is, making progress. Stay tuned.